So TMS Productions, this YouTube channel on the platform, put out a call for all creatives and filmmakers to try and take a stab at this commercial that they made for Land Rover, and they wanted to see, what other people would do great if they had that same footage, and to kind of see, the whole creative process between different creators and all that. So I wanted to throw my hat in and give it a try, and this is my commercial. So, what'd you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below your feedback. It's always great to hear, what your guys' thoughts on it. It helps me improve. Even if it's, hey, you did good. That's always welcomed. And I thought I'd take this time, to kind of explain my thought process and workflow process behind this commercial. It's always really cool, to see commercials because they give businesses the opportunity to take more than what's on pen and paper about the product or service and really, give you a story, telling aspect and share emotions and feelings, behind their product or service. So that's what I want to go through right now. And here with the actual first footage unedited right here, we can kind of see, it looks really flat. And this was before color grading. And to kind of give you, a little bit of perspective, most of my videos are shot on C-Log, but after, editing and all that, they come out, more colorful, than this. And as you can kind of see here, it's just really bland and boring. I will note here too that the footage was actually changed the time frame. It was originally shot at 59.97 frames per second, but I changed it in post to around 30 FPS. So the original footage is faster. This is just the ungraded version. And as we continue kind of along here, it's like nothing really too flashy happens. It just moves along, and that's kind of it. And now let me go through and kind of show you what it would look like with the color grade, a little bit of before and after. So, you can kind of see here on the left side is, the ungraded footage, and then here on the right is the graded. And you could tell a really big difference, from this. And you can see, how much of a dramatic change there is. I wanted to invoke, kind of warmer feelings, kind of starting from a cooler tone to kind of warming up, as if, it's, at dawn, dusk, whatever the one is, in the morning. So it's, kind of dark then, and then it slowly, progresses, brighter and warmer as the day moves on. And that's when, the story and the sound is amping up, and you're hearing, more kind of increase of speed, and your heart is racing a little bit more. To finally, at the end, it's kind of the end of the day again. But it's perfect and it's serene. So if we play this one more time, we'll talk about, kind of my choices of transitions for this commercial. And we can kind of see here in the beginning, you can kind of hear the footsteps, of the person walking. And to finally, him pulling out his key, which activates, one of the features of the car. And it's a sneak peek to this feature of the car in a really, really subtle way. The little door handle pops open and whirls out. If you listen really carefully, you could kind of hear that little, running. And granted, it's not actually what that thing sounds like because I don't have that car and I never, actually used that car. But that's just kind of, one of the small little things that makes it, feel more natural. And And then we move on, to him going in the car. And as soon as, that door closes, it transitions to the next scene, which is a car driving down this road. And it kind of gives, that feel of an adventure. You're going somewhere, that's important. And that's the kind of like the thing I wanted to convey with this commercial was this destination, is important, and you want to make sure that you get there in the best way possible. And what other way to do it is with, the car that's in this commercial that's getting, this person there right now, and also kind of doing it in style as well. So that's kind of the story that I wanted to do, never missing out on opportunities, always making sure you're going to get there and you're going to have a great time. So that's what, the whole mantra of this commercial is about. So he continues on. It starts, with that back kind of shot to going back into the car in a first person point of view kind of perspective of the driver. You can kind of see him staring at the steering wheel. And I wanted to make the transition as seamless as possible. So it's as if, he's looking down at the steering wheel and then looking up at the whatever that mirror thing is called in the car, to finally, kind of creating this next transition of kind of a zoom out effect, as if someone else was in the back seat, taking a look. And it all just seems to blend together because it's all within the, same kind of ecosystem. And then it takes a little bit of a jump here, but it's that same concept. You're moving from that mirror to the back seat to finally outside of the car. It's a logical progression, and that's what I wanted to make, because it seems to make sense in your head, and when it makes sense in your head, kind of less questions, get asked when you're viewing it. And when less questions, get asked, it seems more seamless. And now, we're in the back. We're chasing after the car. It's demonstrating, the speed of the car. But then it transitions, and I love this cut so much because I had to do some tweaking for it. If you notice, it's a match cut with the car, being at kind of the same kind of spot as the car in the previous scene. And it just makes it, more seamless. It's a change of location. This car could take you anywhere, essentially, and you're good to go with it. And you can kind of see, the little helicopter whirring sound kind of give you that feel that you're kind of watching from a helicopter point of view, looking down at the car, and it's just going and going to finally, going from that overview to the front. It's like this progression. I could literally draw a map and, it'll all, make sense. It's a straight, kind of line. It's not going from one side to drastically, another side. It's going from the back to the top and to the front now. And from this front, you can kind of see more features of it, and pops into another match cut, which, again, I had to manipulate the scene. It wasn't originally filmed like this. If you look, at kind of a before and after of it, I had to do some tilting and panning with that one little clip to get it right. And if you look really, really closely at, and I hope you didn't, because it is a little bit embarrassing, but the car doesn't look like the car anymore. It's kind of morphed a little bit, but that's only because I didn't actually get the chance to film this. This is someone else's footage, but I'm so thankful for it. It's an awesome experience. So thank you again, TMS Productions, for it. As we continue on, kind of it shows this car, and then again you're hit with another match transition, but kind of it's not really exactly a match transition. It's more of kind of where your eye and line of sight is. So you were focusing on that car that was right there driving, horizontally along the road. But then now, at that same spot that you were looking, that's where, the car got smaller and it's coming towards you on this, kind of, what is this, Z-axis. So then it's coming towards you now, and then finally it transitions back into the car as you kind of hear, a sound that, it gets, the driver is shifting gears, essentially. I don't know exactly how the Land Rover works because, again, I didn't drive the car, but this is just kind of, like creative thinking, kind of like what you would think would happen in that kind of in that kind of environment. So it's driving, again, it's starting, from the hand, and then it moves up to his head, as if kind of, again, you're that passenger in the back seat, to finally the tires, driving along the gravel and the person reached their destination. I added more sound effects with the door opening and closing as well, because that wasn't originally a part of it, and it makes it more seamless. To finally, this end scene where it's zooming in on the car and it's focusing in on it as if, to say thank you, and then boom, logo, to tell you again who it is. So I've, talked a lot about this now that you've heard, kind of all the things I had to say. Why don't you watch it back, one last time, with me and we're talking and kind of you knowing kind of the behind the scenes now. So let's play it back. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this behind the scenes episode of this commercial that I edited using TMS Productions footage. Make sure to like and subscribe this page for more videos kind of like this, as well as take a chance to go look at TMS Productions, who provided this awesome footage, and let them know that I sent you. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.